How's your day going? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mind Window. Welcome to the Mind Window podcast, where we dive deep into the why behind things using the powerful first principles thinking method. Our aim is to provide you with multifaceted perspectives on life's many challenges, helping you cultivate a truly authentic way of living. Let's begin. What lies hidden behind those smiles? A smile is a human behavioral response that acts as a positive signal to others, fostering connection and aiding our survival. It's often considered the most natural expression of human attitude and emotion. As psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud explained, laughter symbolizes a release from repressed tension. Transmitting positive emotional signals helps reduce stress and contributes to bonding with others. We smile when we hear a funny story, when we reunite with loved ones after years apart, or when we greet new acquaintances. A smile seems to have become a messenger, helping people convey powerful emotional messages more effectively than any words. In the workplace, a friendly, approachable person who always has a bright smile on their face will easily be well-liked by those around them, and their work will often proceed more smoothly and quickly as a result. But laughter isn't always so simple. Unlike a child's spontaneous giggle of joy, in many different contexts, various types of smiles carry different meanings. For instance, some observations have noted a tendency to smile at everything, to smile when praised, when criticized, when things are good, or when they're bad. A smile that seems to strip away seriousness from any situation. Since when did people start smiling, even when they weren't genuinely happy? We have smiles of resignation, knowing smiles, forced smiles, or even smiles masking pain. Ultimately, smiles can be categorized into two types, genuine and fake. That is, there are natural smiles and forced smiles, smiles we offer even when we don't want to. A genuine smile involves the simultaneous activation of two facial muscle groups. First, the zygomatic major muscle, which controls the corners of the mouth, and second, the orbicularis oculi muscle, which controls the corners of the eyes. Thus, when we truly smile or produce a genuine smile, both the mouth and the eyes smile together. French neurologist Guillaume Benjamin Duchenne was the first to discover this phenomenon. Duchenne referred to the genuine smile as, metaphorically, a smile with the eyes in his writings. Conversely, all forced or fake smiles, those we produce unwillingly, only involve the zygomatic major muscle, meaning only the mouth smiles while the eyes remain unresponsive. However, in reality, it's often very difficult to distinguish between a genuine smile and a fake smile in normal social interaction, and that in itself is a truly unsettling realization. The man you see here is Chester Bennington, the lead singer of the band Linkin Park. This seemingly normal, happy photo was taken just hours before he died by suicide. Depression is widely known as a mood disorder characterized by prolonged feelings of sadness and loss of interest. Some individuals suffering from it outwardly display their thoughts and profound sorrow. But what if all those signs were perfectly and completely hidden? That brings us to another terrifying psychological issue, smiling depression. This is often referred to as high-functioning depression or persistent depressive disorder. It's a particular form of mood disorder where all genuine thoughts and inner feelings are masked by smiles and an outwardly positive attitude. Despite appearing optimistic and happy, the person themselves is battling internally, torn by self-doubt, guilt, and a deep pessimism about the future. In reality, smiling depression isn't an official medical diagnosis, so you won't find it in professional medical literature. It's given the name smiling depression precisely because it showcases two opposing facets within a person. Its symptoms are quite hidden and difficult to detect, often preventing timely support for oneself or others. A powerful account from a psychiatrist goes something like this. Waking up in the morning felt incredibly heavy, but just brushing my teeth, washing my face, and changing clothes would give me a little surge of energy from each action. That allowed me to get in my car and head to work. When I arrived at the office and met people, I could flash a smile, almost as if it were pre-installed on my face. I'd laugh and joke with colleagues. No one ever saw anything amiss. But then, on the drive home in the afternoon, as soon as I got in the car, my mind would start to buzz, and I knew it was coming. The moment I stepped through the door, dropping my backpack, all energy would just drain from my body. I'd be utterly depleted, wanting nothing more than to collapse, to lie there and never get up again. Nighttime was the scariest. What often fills your mind during those hours? For those battling depression, this is when negative thoughts begin to surface, relentlessly attacking their minds, yet there's nothing around to protect them. During the day, they have others around or tasks to distract them, but when they're alone, they're exposed, more vulnerable than ever. They embrace themselves in that suffocating darkness, whispering, "It's okay. Tomorrow morning, I'll just wake up again, brush my teeth, wash my face, change clothes." Those with depression aren't always visibly sad, hurting, exhausted, trapped, despairing, or pessimistic about everything. It's as if they live two lives. Have you ever wondered what truth lies hidden behind the smiles you often see? For those who openly show their suffering, those around them, lacking understanding, might pass judgment. Why do you always look so gloomy? If you're always so negative, no one will want to be your friend. But what about those who perfectly conceal their inner negativity? Only when it's too late do outsiders wonder, "But they seem so happy. I never saw them complain or cry." To outsiders, someone who always looks happy but is actually sad might seem abnormal. Yet they don't realize that this very abnormality is often the normal reaction. The Indian philosopher Krishnamurti once asked, "Is a person who can adapt well and skillfully to a sick society truly healthy?" This suggests that what we perceive as normal might not be normal at all, but rather a collective imagination or illusion. What defines abnormal in society's eyes? Being of marrying age but not yet married is considered abnormal. Being attracted to the same sex is considered abnormal. Marrying and choosing not to have children is considered abnormal. Having a stable job and suddenly wanting to resign is considered abnormal. Having everything, a successful career and fulfilling relationships, yet suffering from depression, that's considered even more abnormal. Cut your hand and it bleeds. Step on your foot and it hurts. Be harmed by others and you feel anger. Be betrayed and you feel wounded. These are natural reactions. Nothing could be more normal. Yet these perfectly normal reactions are often labeled like this. Your stress resistance is too low. You need to have thicker skin. You're grown. Why can't you be more reasonable? And so, gradually, these labels cause people to withdraw, to hide their true emotions. They will slowly replace their sadness and stress with phrases like, "I'm fine, I'm okay." And outsiders will deem this to be not abnormal and acceptable. Are all those "I'm fines" truly fine? Are all those "I'm okays" truly okay? Those two words, abnormal, represent the harshest societal stigma. We fear being labeled abnormal, so we continue to uphold normality, burying all discomfort, struggles, and gnawing pain deep within our hearts, while on the surface, we flash a smile and utter "I'm fine" to keep moving forward. If you search for the hashtag face of depression on social media, you'll find hundreds of photos of people smiling happily. Sadly, in reality, they are battling depression. Surprisingly, these individuals appear perfectly normal, at least outwardly. They laugh and chat, they're humorous, they're approachable and friendly, They're cheerful and charming. No one could ever know how much pain they've truly endured. It was then that I realized, who knows how broken the person next to us might have been, how deeply shattered, and how powerfully they've risen above it. And if we can't comfort or encourage them, perhaps sometimes the kindest thing is to offer quiet support or space rather than inadvertently adding to their burden. During times of immense tragedy, when communities rally to support victims and wish for their safety, it's disheartening to still find individuals who make insensitive or even cruel remarks like they deserved it or why weren't they more careful? It's baffling to imagine what they were thinking when they uttered such words. Everyone is going through their own difficult journey, so let's be kind to one another while we still can. And for those battling depression, what will you do next? How long will you continue to hide behind these masks? Just as an allergic person's unusual reaction to a new food is, for them, a normal response, because their body perceives threats, triggers, or uncomfortable pressures, so too are these inner battles. Smiling depression is like an alarm bell. It's a reminder and a plea from your very being. It's never meant to suggest that ending your life is the only option. Instead, it's a profound whisper telling you it's time to change, to rest. While browsing Tumblr, I once saw a quote that resonated deeply. One day, you'll see that every wrong thing in life was right. It echoes a hopeful sentiment. One day, you'll look back at those heartaches and realize they were just funny stories today. Then you will no longer fear that pain, not because your emotions have become numb, but because you've recognized the deeper meaning behind those losses. For every loss, something else will be gained in return. Your persistent efforts will be rewarded with worthy outcomes. That day will surely come, the day you realize that all misfortunes happen for a reason, and they each bring valuable lessons. So don't give up before that day arrives. In the show Friends, Monica once famously said, "Welcome to the real world. It sucks. You're gonna love it." Life is beautiful and life is terrible. But no matter how beautiful or how terrible it gets, it doesn't change the fact that I love life. There are these small joys that simply fall into your heart, and then, for many days afterward, a gentle peace would subtly creep into my heart, and I'd find myself loving everything in life, loving myself, loving others, loving plants and trees, and loving life itself. It turns out, thanks to a few people, a few things, we realize this life is truly worth living. It's loved ones, friends, pets, adorable children met by chance on the street. It's the vast ocean, the boundless sky, lush green fields stretching endlessly. It's the wonderful world of good books, the vibrant colors of quirky hobbies, the golden sunlight stretching across an autumn afternoon. It's the films we adore, the blooming flowers in our garden, and so much more. And then I realized, that morning, the sky was higher and bluer. I walked beneath the shady trees and felt something called love. It turns out, the world still loves me deeply. Everything just seemed to come into view, small, beautiful, gentle. I think I found my reason to step forward with unwavering strength. A smile is like a blooming flower. Your whole face lights up. Have you ever remembered someone forever just because of a single smile? As Mother Teresa once said, every time you smile at someone, it is an act of love, a gift to that person, a beautiful thing. A smile also creates a law of attraction. It draws in positive energy and from there radiates wonderful feelings. May you always smile happily, and may those smiles always be genuine.